Krishna, after he finished his pastime 5,000 years ago, he was thinking, it's been a long time since I've given this special bhakti to the people of this world. This bhakti which is free of awe and reverence, and it's in the mood of the Brajvasis. It's a very special type of devotional service which is very rare. At least if you think about it, once in 1,000 cycles you get this opportunity. So he had that, and the only person that can distribute that type of bhakti is Krishna directly himself, Lord Chaitanya. He came for that. And the third reason, he came for the very, very loud crying and begging that Advaita Prabhu, Srila Advaita Prabhu, saw the plight of the people of the world, and he said only Krishna himself can save him. So he offered Tulasi every day, offered Ganga, and called out to Krishna to appear, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu came. So that's a bit of the back history from the Adi Lila. So we need to know these things to go forward, because if you don't know the internal reasons, which they're private and internal, but still they're given to us, and that section of the Adi Lila was actually given by Sri Damodar. It wasn't by because Murari Gupta, the notes were taken from Murari Gupta for the Adi Lila, the early pastimes. Murari Gupta was a devotee in Navadvip, and he started penning down Mahaprabhu's pastimes while Mahaprabhu was still around. And then after Mahaprabhu left, he added some bit extras. But the early section was actually, he got that from Sri Damodar's diary about this internal reasons. And then recently we read and heard about Lord Chaitanya taking sannyas. And one of the reasons it's given is because he was caught by fellow students at one point in transcendental ecstasy, calling out Gopi, 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 right? And they were criticizing him. Said, why are you calling out Gopi? Not understanding his internal mood or anything about him, and they became offensive. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking, I've come here to deliver everybody, now they're committing offences, they're going to go to hell, so what can I do? So he decided to take sannyas. That way, in that culture, sannyasis are very well respected. These people would bow down to me, then I would forgive them, and all will be good. So this is more, there's other also internal reasons why he took sannyas, but I won't get into that today. Maybe. So could you imagine if those students would have had access to Chaitanya Charitamrita? So in a sense we're more fortunate because we have that information. They couldn't understand him. And now we're going to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's on his way from Katwa now. He's taking sannyas. He's heading for Jagannath Puri. And if you didn't have this background information about who he is and what he's going through internally, and plus what he's giving externally, you could think he's a bit of a funny fellow, because he arrives at Jagannath Puri, he sees the beautiful deity Lord Jagannath, and he runs towards him, he wants to embrace him, and he falls down really hard on the ground and goes fully unconscious for 9 hours. So you go, okay. And the guards were going to beat him. And I said, this guy's a crazy man. But fortunately, Sarvabhauma Acharya, who he was, just happened to be there at the time, and he said, no, hang on. And he could see that he wasn't dead. He could see some symptoms of life. He put a bit of cotton wool near his nostrils and a little bit of breathing. And he ordered the attendants to carry him back to his house. And 9 hours later, he came back to external consciousness, and we'll hear about all that probably at the rate we're going in about 2.5 years. I think it's the next chapter. But anyway, so it's good to get a bit of a glimpse. So it's very important to understand Lord Chaitanya's mission and what he's giving us, because it's very, very rare. And you don't have to do anything extraordinary to achieve it, because Lord Chaitanya, he's saying himself, I'm distributing this. He's giving it to us. It's not that we have to go and get it from somewhere. He's giving it freely. And he's also intoxicated himself, because internally he's going through these deepest emotional Krishna praying possible, because he comes in the mood of Srimati Radharani. In his experience explained, the mood he's in is the same mood that when Uddhava went and visited the gopis in Vrindavan. And if you read that section, they were a bit, if you didn't know what was going on, you could think they were a bit crazy. They were crazy. Yes, they were crazy in love for Krishna and separation. So he comes in that mood. When he's in Jagannath Puri, he's also in the mood of the gopis at Kurukshetra. When the Vrindavan Vasis came to Kurukshetra, and they hadn't seen Krishna for around 100 years, and all they wanted to do was they wanted to pull him back to Vrindavan, back home. Just like our Rath Yatra, we put the Lord on the cart and we want to pull him back to Vrindavan. And we bring him back up here from the bottom, we bring him back to our little Vrindavan temple here. So we reenact that the emotions that the Gopas were feeling. So these are the things we need to know. As far as today's purport, I was really happy when I read this purport because it says, because I always wondered how these devotees knew so much. And it says here, what does it say? Anyway, it says basically that the Goswamis, when they went to Vrindavan, they actually bought these extra Vedic literatures with them. And if you want to know how important this book is and how powerful it is, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami quotes no less than 53 shastras. 53 different scriptures are given. That's why when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur we often repeat this, when he was lecturing in South India, it was also raining heavily in South India and there was local flooding going on, and he was lecturing on the Pralaya, one of the four flooding events in the universe at the end of Lord Brahma's day. There's some partial flooding. And he posed a question to his audience, if it was flooding, if you had to take something, what would you take? Anyone want to take a mobile phone? Computer? So, things, if you get those underwater, you're in trouble. They're not going to work and you might not get any electricity. Now, you said you take the Bhagavad Gita, you take the Srimad Bhagavatam, and you take the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he said, if things get a bit tough in that water and you're struggling, you can drop the Bhagavad Gita. And you keep going. But then if it gets even more difficult, then you can drop the Srimad Bhagavatam. Isn't that something? But whatever you do, don't let go of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hang on to it. And he said, because from this scripture, everything else can be re-established. Everything can be re-established. Because these 53, Bhakti Shastras, it's the essence of those Shastras are given in here, which is extraordinary. Who wants to know the number one Shastra that's quoted by Krishna? Any guess? I'll tell you the top three. Number one, it's a no-brainer. It's Srimad Bhagavatam. That's quoted. Number two is Nectar Devotion. Number three is Bhagavad Gita. Throughout. So these are, and those three alone make up about 60% of the verses quoted by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. That's so important. Now, if you go back to Srila Prabhupada, what does Srila Prabhupada give us? More or less the first three books he gave us. Bhagavad Gita, Nectar Devotion, Bhagavatam. And he threw in the Krishna book in there as well, because just in case, isn't it? So by studying these three books, and now Prabhupada said everything you need, I think it's a Nectar Devotion, everything you need to know to become fully Krishna conscious in this life is contained in these books. And then someone must say about the books of the Goswami. Yes, we read those books, but generally we read those alongside Prabhupada's books after we've read Srila Prabhupada's books many times, at least 3 times. Then you can read those books. But having said that, even if you don't read them, all the essence of those books are laced throughout this literature. So it's so sacred. It's the most spiritual, most extraordinary spiritual literature in the universe. It's extraordinary. And it takes a lot of study, a lot of hearing for probably almost many lifetimes. But Lord Chaitanya is so kind; He enables us to understand something, So there's also, what did I say, Bhagavatam, right? The Nectar Devotion, which is Srila Rupa Goswami, the Bhagavad Gita, Vidagdha, Madhava is the 4th one, which is also Srila Rupa Goswami. Lalita Madhava is quoted, top 5 most quoted. Srila Rupa Goswami, Brahma Samhita, Vishnu Purana, Padma Purana is up there as well, and Pajavali, Srila Rupa Goswami, Laghu Bhagavamrita, Srila Rupa Goswami. You're getting the drift. But this purport talks about these Rupa and Sanatana. They penned down these literatures for our benefit. And then we can see Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami expertly following in the line of Srila Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. by quoting all their writings in this extraordinary literature. But also this literature gives all of the important pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his later pastimes, and all his preaching pastimes. You'll hear wonderful conversations, Sarvabhaumacharya, Ramananda Roy, Prakashananda Saraswati, if you want, which is extraordinary because that conversation with the Mayavadi sannyasi, and on that point, Prabhupada mentions early on in the Adi Lila, another reason that Lord Chaitanya took sannyas because he wanted to deliver all the Mayavadis. It's interesting. So there was various reasons. So in that conversation, you will be able to, verse by verse, listen and read to what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally speaking to the head of all those Mayavadi sannyasis and all their followers. And it's extraordinary if you actually listen to the sequence of verses he quotes, especially from the Bhagavatam, how he establishes his position. It's just, and plus his mood when he approached his devotees. He was so, his humility won him over, and his effulgence bewildered him. He was so beautiful and effulgent, and the manners were very nice. Because they were respectful and rendered service. They were able to. At the end of it, they all became devotees. They all started studying Bhagavatam and chanting Hare Krishna. Actually, not just them, the whole of Varanasi. But Chaitanya delivered the whole of Varanasi. So this will come out. That's later on. That's actually in chapter 25 of the Madhya Lila, which is probably about 12 and a half years away from now, the rate we're going through it. But anyway, you can read ahead if you like. But it's very interesting when he delivered all of their sannyasis, when he first went to Varanasi, this gives you an idea of the kindness and the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, I'm going to go there and I'm going to discount my goods. And his goods were, he was giving his own prem, which is the highest type of prem. It's that love the Vrindavan residents have. And not only that, he was in the mood of Srimati Radharani, so that's the highest prem. And he's just bringing this special prem, and he said, when I go to Varanasi, I'm going to discount it. Yeah. He's giving it away. So that was his mood. I'm going to give it out a bit easier. Anyway, it didn't quite work out that way, but he fully distributed this mercy. And on the way back, when he was walking back with his associates, Sanatana Goswami was there, and Chandrasekhar, and Tapana Mishra, and maybe some others. I think Balabhadra, his servant that was travelling with him. And Lord Chaitanya said, I was going to discount my goods. He said, I just gave it for free. And they all started laughing. So that was the move of Chaitanya. And these were the Mayavadi, very offensive personalities. These were very offensive personalities, and they were given. They think that they are God and everyone's God, and God doesn't have a form, and to God Himself. That's if you're God and someone told you don't have a form, you go, well, what's this? I have a form. So God has a form. He has a personality. He has eternal life. Performs eternal activities, has eternal associates, and variegated abodes all over the creation, all over the spiritual world. He is a person. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely defeated these personalities, utilising the scripture that they studied themselves. So they couldn't refute it because they were into Vedanta Sutra, but they just misinterpreted and they acknowledged at the end actually would twist the meanings. That's what we learned from our Guru. So he put them straight. So this is, the Vedanta Sutra is the essence, is described as the end of knowledge. It's the essence of all Vedic literatures, like Prabhupada mentions in the purport here, that the goal of all the Vedas is to understand and obtain Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught the same thing. All the Vedas, every bit of the Vedas, the essence of the Vedas is to know who Krishna is, to serve him and attain love for him. Those three things, nothing else. The Bhagavatam describes devotional service, devotees, and the Lord, nothing else. That's what's good. So the Bhagavatam is the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. So we've been given the essence of the essence. Now we've been given the Amrita, the sweet essence of the inner core of Krishna's heart in the mood of Srimati Radharani, which is a very, very, very lofty, advanced topic, but I guess we are discussing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So through very careful study and serving alongside, you serve. By serving in devotional service, and studying these books and the meanings are revealed in the hearts slowly but surely. But they go hand in hand in service. Not that we just go and read and fall asleep, read, fall asleep. No, we serve alongside, because specifically the mission of Lord Chaitanya, we don't have to start thinking that we're gopis or anything. In this movement, all the devotees are servants of Lord Chaitanya. And I attended a wonderful seminar in Mayapur some years ago. It's 2003 in Mayapur. And Bhakti Shri Swami gave a very nice 4-day seminar. And in that seminar, he touched on this point that all the devotees in ISKCON, all you have to do is perform Vaidhi Bhakti. Because we talk about you've got to come to Raganuga. Raganuga means spontaneous devotional service, following in specific footsteps of a specific resident in Vrindavan. That's what we're taught. And it is. He said in that seminar, we do our Vaidhi Bhakti, and he says, our Raganuga Bhakti, we're following Lord Chaitanya who's right around. We're following Srila Prabhupada as a resident in Vrindavan. We're already doing Raganuga. We are following him. And he said, Lord Chaitanya will take that Vaidhi and he will transform that into Raganuga. We don't have to do anything separate. We just keep serving the mission of Lord Chaitanya, put our wheel, our shoulder with the wheel and try our best to serve. And there's many opportunities to serve. You have the front line preaching, you go out and take everybody head on and distribute books and go Harinam. Wonderful service, a nice ecstatic service. I miss a lot. And all on the farm, there's many services here because we're fortunate that so many guests come here. You don't really even need to go anywhere. I called you Govardhana the outreach in-house preaching. Isn't it? It's unbelievable how many people come here and we have the opportunity to share this great gift with them. But it's like they have these big fishing trawlers, they go out and bring everything on board, and then when they're on board they deal with it. This one goes there, this one goes to fishing pad, one stays in the this one goes in the ocean. It's a bit like this one, back in the ocean. So we are very, very fortunate, and also Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the Sri Chaitanya was also his favourite book. So it's not an ordinary book, so if you haven't read it and you think it's too far away or I've still got to read the Bhagavatam, yes, read the Bhagavatam, but you can, this is my humble opinion, you can also read it alongside the Bhagavatam. So especially the Dali, because Dali explains everything. It's the tattva, it's the most important one, it's the foundations of the Chaitanya. So once you've carefully read, it can be a bit difficult at first, there's some mega purports in it, but you'll be able to. I started reading when I was a brahmachari many years ago. That was difficult, but we did it. And also, again, Prabhupada gave us this CC before you finish the Bhagavatam. And they were coming out to later receiving the CC, correct? Before they were receiving the later cantos. And Prabhupada finished the Bhagavatam, the 15th chapter, the 15th canto. So you know the good thing about this, you've got the Krishna book, which Prabhupada gave us, which helps guide us through him, and Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Swami quotes out of all the Bhagavatam, quotes the 10th canto the most, and then the 11th canto, and Sri Prabhupada writes purports for those verses. So we've got a lot of direct association with Prabhupada's purports in these later cantos, and then these disciples that went on and did the translation work, they were taking from that, and they're also reading Srila Prabhupada's books that he was reading that had little commentaries from the previous acharyas. Prabhupada, when he wrote his commentaries, he had a book. And I think Aristotle said had 14 commentaries on previous acharyas. So Prabhupada would do that very carefully, and he would compose his purports. So how devotees are requested by the BBT and how does the service have access to the same thing, plus the Krishna book, Prabhupada's lectures, and Chaitanya. So they have a lot of aid and to be able to compose those purports. So I read all through those purports. The moods like you pick up the sense of humour read on Narayan, and you pick up the wake up and run into the blues. It's just things we've heard me speak before. But still, they're following that strict traditions for Prabhupada, and they're empowered, and they're blessed, and it has a lot of potency in this one. So much more can be said.
Srila Vrindavan's Thakur Chaitanya Bhagavad was mentioned constantly through these things. Krishna Thakur, so I won't talk about this, it's already been. So he's very familiar with all those writings. Vrindavan's Thakur wrote his biography for Chaitanya much earlier on. And it's very thorough, it's really early in the past up to, I'm reading it now, rereading it now, and towards the end, and Chaitanya was just arriving before it. Very wonderful dialogue, so it's much more elaborate than what you see that dialogue. Because whenever Vrindavan's Thakur had ended it all down, and Krishna's Swami not repeated, he just mentioned it and moved on. So it's good to read Chaitanya Thakur as well. Other books that are mentioned as probably the top 10 mentioned Krishna Mangalarati by Govardhana Thakur. That was a book that Chaitanya was discovered when he was traveling in South India and brought back alongside the Brahma Samhita. The Brahma Samhita was also significant. These books that Chaitanya would personally carry back and deliver to the devotees. So Krishna draws the essence of those books as well. Understand this message extraordinary. And that's what we decided to have these classes to try and encourage the devotees to be interested and to develop a desire to start reading and studying it. It's only instructions. This one devotees is purple. Because this is the Govardhana being played out. It's very important. What the Chaitanya became as the Bhakta became as a devotee. First, he demonstrated how to perform in this case. And you read Bhagavad, you read Bhagavad, you read the other day, you went hand in hand. Prabhupada said, I wrote my books so that my devotee chant Hare Krishna. I wrote my books so that my devotee chant Hare Krishna. Because you need that spiritual fuel to stay focused on chanting and committed and it's very important. And they both same time. It's time to Govardhana and chant Hare Krishna. Alright, I've talked a lot, and I apologise, I was sitting on my chair, but injured myself. Any 5 minutes, 6 minutes, comment or correct or ask a question? Yes.
Thank you for your dedication and enthusiasm for Chaitanya Charitamrita really came through. Just a little point is that the CC of Chaitanya Charitamrita is so important that Prabhupada said to his disciples, you have to publish this in 2 months. So it was kind of like a race with Prabhupada, how quickly he could do his commentaries, translation commentaries.
I'd like to know that Prabhupada actually took 18 months to translate the 60. And you had it ready. So at that time, I didn't have any money.
No.
The reason I run shop was he tells a story after he recently told them what he had commented in the class. And you've got to say, right, and it's 17 volumes. Right? You're talking about publishing in the traditional way, typesetting, editing, proofreading. It's very labor intensive, not like digital like now. So and there were new young devotees doing this, it's not like they've been publishing in the whole life. Anyway, so Prabhupada had 17 volumes ready, and the devotees at that time were doing publishing one book, Prabhupada every 2 months. Prabhupada said, you're going to have to get quicker. So they went and had a meeting, and they came back to Prabhupada, he said, we're going to really go for it, we're going to do 1 month. Prabhupada said, that's going to take you 17 months. And then we had another 17 books ready. You're going to catch up. And then Prabhupada said, I want you to do 17 volumes in 2 months, a whole lot. And then we're going to said that? No, that's fine. This is the second time they said, twice in his life, he said, no to Prabhupada. This is one other time. He said, no to Prabhupada, this is impossible. He said, no to Prabhupada. He said, no to Prabhupada. This is impossible. Prabhupada said, possible is the word of the book of dictionary. So then, these devotees went to a level surrender and dedication to become imagined. They read 24/7. We're talking about hundreds of books. the artist falling asleep with a break. Some of the tears or and then they fall asleep and someone can't get their painting and they finish off. It was just, it's not humanly possible what they did. They probably brought them to a level of superhuman devotional service and then uplifted the whole movement. So that would be the money and all that.
No, thank you for the information.
It's fresh on my mind, I just heard it again.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you mentioned that, you know, that it was typesetting, so
You know what typesetting?
perhaps you could explain that to those younger
When you go to write, this is first, in this way, I space. You can get physically adding the letters, you know?
use the
Look at all this in the middle letters. And then, plus the Mangalarati, right? 17 volumes, that's just that part. There's also the transcribing, proofreading and editing.
You can look up on YouTube, old-fashioned typesetting, you can see that.
So it's a miracle. When I remember the young Brahma child was said to me when I am Brahma child comes story, he still does it around the whole story. It's just before that, you know, before that, there was 2 presses at this time. There was the New York press and then the two locations. And then by asking him to, because it's such a good job that he did in New York, managed in the New York press as well, which is on the other side of America. And this is the first time he said, no, proper. And then the proper, I'm too busy. How can I manage here at this same time? And the proper said, how about if I move in the New York press for a lady, can we do it then? And then he went on a marathon. In 2 months, he moved the hot press, all the devotees, 50 families, all set up, all new equipment, warehouses, offices, residential dwellings for all the devotees. And after all that, the season. Incredible.
Can I just make one comment? That's all the wonderful books that we've been talking about. One other book that we can't neglect is the Mangalarati. So that has everyone read Mangalarati?
So that came later.
Yes, after the Prabhupada had left us, but that book is wonderful. So I encourage you, there's a shorter version called Govardhana, and then you can get the full version of it, and that is nectar to read. And you start to understand a little bit more about Tulasi Puja and then what he did for us.
You've got 30 seconds if you want to hurry on. Sri Chaitanya, thank you very much for staying awake. Please do RCC for your life will change. Not before, I was treated, and I walked away and I did a stepping thing, and even in May, talk, keep cracking everything. And so really as I was still at class, I didn't have last night. I did it last night, I was still
What are you selling in there?
Yes, anyway, I wanted to figure that out. So I was thinking about the CC. Is that right? Yeah, I was at 4 months of group. I know, bleeding. I just, after the tour, I was trying to walk the sores and that. And the way up the slight embankment, roof marks and mud. I really feel everybody thought I started bleeding blind. And I could get in the trouble lying down sideways. No, Mum. I'm good. I'll get scanned here, and that has been through before the third time. They sent me the tweet and the third and I watched me. Really operate.
60% of the Sankara.